So is the Middle East war over? Well, no one knows. Every day Trump's come on the TV and he says something or another. One day he will be saying we will totally winning it and it is a huge win and we are winning and you will be tired of winning and so something like that. And the other day he will be saying that I will be attacking Iran, I will end this civilization and so on and so forth. So everything something new comes up, and last week it was the news that they are having a peace deal. They will be signing something in somewhere in I think Switzerland, if I'm not wrong. But as of last few days, that thing is over or not over. All kinds of news is going on. So that leaves us on a lot of redcon that what is actually happening. We are not very sure. If Iran and is USA is on some kind of deal, they strike a deal, then Israel is not very happy because there is Lebanon that is attacking. There is other lots of things that is happening, and so it is getting postponed as well. So why am I talking about? Because eventually, maybe this month, this week, maybe next month, I hope so. By next month, it should get over. Maybe tonight it gets over, but we don't know anything for sure. But I think in next a couple of months it will get over. So there comes a very important thing that whenever you think of Middle East, either it is the deserts or it is something like this large, what do you say, a large infrastructure, large skyscrapers, or these kind of distilleries or refining facilities or other kind of factories that are going on over there. So when these kind of infrastructure or skyscrapers, giga projects, they happen, so company needs these kind of cranes. You can see over here, this is in this image, there are several cranes. And what I found that these construction company don't want to own these cranes. The reason is that the cranes are very astronomical in price, and if they own this and there is no project that is requiring them, then they lose a lot of money on them. So they almost every time like to rent these from other companies. So where is this coming from? So this we will be talking about Sanghvi Movers. It is a company listed in India, around 500 something price. The price that is mentioned over here was of last week, but it has moved since then. So I came upon Sanghvi Movers. I knew it from the past that it was a top performer and was very famous stock at that point. Micro cap, small cap stock. And this is the image that I took. I was on the highway and this Sanghvi Movers was taking this. This is a comparatively smaller crane. So they were taking this to another facility or something. So from there I was into what is happening. But before we start any further, I would like to put on a disclaimer that this information is for this video is for information and educational purposes only and is not any kind of financial or investment advice. You should know that there is a lot of risk. You should do your due diligence. You should understand what is your risk profile, and best case you should have a professional that helps you in doing this kind of taking decisions. And I may or may not have a position in this company. I may buy or sell at any point of time. I am not required. I am telling you first thing that I will not tell you that I have bought or doubled or done anything or taken off profits or anything like that. So keep safe and let's get into the video. So Sanghvi Movers is India's top company in crane landing. It is Asia's top company in crane landing, and it is fifth largest in the world. If we go on to the next slide, this is a snippet what they do essentially. You can see they have all kind of operational and financial project. prospects. This is from their annual report presentation. These are the other companies like Mammoth or Serens and ALEs and so forth. And the fifth number is Sanghvi Movers. If we go into house their revenue, so 75% of the revenue that is coming is from this crane lending and something like that. This business only. 20% is coming from the wind EPC, that is wind power plants and this windmills that they are putting on, and 4.5% of some minute projects that they are doing. These are the three major verticals of the company. First is the Sanghvi Movers Limited, that is a crane lending business that does about 60 to 70% of the margin is the cash cow for the company, and is a very profitable company from a large point. Secondly is the renewable energy business. So the renewable energy business is a low margin business but very high ROC, and they are doing it well enough from my understanding. But it is not what we are focusing on today. We are focusing on the third part, that is the Sanghvi Movers Middle East Limited. So what is it is out of the international expansion of the core business only. They are just giving the crane business services in the Middle East, that is KSA and Qatar. KSA stands for Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. They are currently doing 40 to 50% margin, and we will be coming on that more. So where is the certificate? So in this one we will be seeing what is the diversification for this. 40% of the revenue will be coming from giga projects, that is according to their presentation. Apart from that, 35% that is from industries and energy, all kind of energy infrastructure or industry that are being set up. A smaller portion will be coming from infrastructure, that is the roads or bridges and so forth, and a very minute part is coming from 10%, that is housing. Mind that any kind of large skyscraper or so forth is not part of housing. I think it is part of giga project itself. And they have said that they have confirmed pipeline for 12 months about this value for each of these headers, and the upcoming next year's pipeline is like this. They also have a lot of discussion going on for upcoming orders as well. It is India's largest company, and there is no other second company. I think people usually compare it to ACE, that is Action Construction Equipment. But the issue over here is that ACE is what do you say? You can say producer of these equipments. They are not very into lending. I don't think they have a very large portfolio of lending or something like that. They make like you have got JCB, or you have got any other Caterpillar or something like that. So they also like similar to them, Action Construction also make these kind of products that are used, and one of them is these cranes. This both of these are an example of that. And they had done a partnership with Sanghvi Movers for their Elevate 2030 roadmap, that is the company is focusing on. You can see this Elevate 2030 is something that they are focusing on. Let's get a few quick overview of the company. So company is worth around 3,300 crores, and the current price was 388 at that point. The stock P is okay. The ROC is very good, not very good, but good, 15% above. And the PEG ratio is very good. It is under 0.7. Because the company had performed bad in 2024, it has got a PEG ratio under this. But apart from that, every year it has done, I think, above minimum. In 2021 it was 100%, in 2022 it was 27%, 23 133%, and so forth, you can see. So what caught my attention in this company to dig further was that they did an EPS of 7 in December of 2023, and after that they never got to 7. The highest was 6.22, that was in March of 2025. After that, they have come for the first time after 7 quarters into the 7 and almost reaching 8, that is 7.95 EPS for the company. Whereas we see the margins, when the last time they did a 7 rupees margin, they had an margin of 7 rupees EPS, they had a margin of 70%, but this time at 8 rupees they had a margin of 0.38, and this is due to the low margin business of solar wind that they have, plus the expansion that is costing a lot, but it will be contributing further and we will be discussing on that later. The asset utilization, that company has said that they are having over 87% and in the Middle East, and 79% overall in India and Middle East combined. And the crane business is contributing about 65 to 70% of the revenue for the year. So another thing I like to discuss, like similar to what company is doing on quarterly reports, is the shareholding patterns. If the promoters are buying, selling, FIs are buying, selling, or something like that. So there's nothing like this happening. The promoter is holding a 47% from a long time. FIDs are about the 1% mark each and has not changed a lot. Only thing is that 50% public holding, so public holding is very fragile and can go away at any time, so we don't know what will happen from that point, and it is a bit negative, but I will say that if the promoter is not selling and something else is not happening, so it's okay, but you need to keep this in mind as a risk point. Coming on to the guidance, these are snippets from the concall that they had after this quarter's report. For the growth guidance, they are saying that 30% growth on the crane rental going ahead. And in the Middle East situation, they said they are having a 85 to 90% utilization currently. This came up after the results that were cut off for the 31st of March. So in the next months, and so the utilization has actually increased. So that's a positive thing. And they are the Middle East build business. This is the KSA pipeline has $1 trillion plus in the pipeline and 1 billion in the rental market. They are expecting a 12 to 15% CAGR growth, and the margins is already very good of about 45 to 50%. They are mainly into giga projects and something like that. And oil and infra and giga projects are the key sectors for this. They have a large thing going on for the capex as well. They are doing about 630 crores of capex this year. They are doing about 390 crores, and the entirety of the capex is going mainly into the crane rental business, that is the high margin business. So that's a good point. If it was going into something like the what do you say, so wind EPC business, that was a low margin, so it would have been an issue, but that is not the case at this point. Another major point is that the Sanghvi Movers Middle East business had grown very well, and this quarter they have turned both EBITDA and cash flow positive, and that is very good. In the few coming quarters, it will be contributing positively to the entire balance sheet, and that is what we need to track, and they are tracking as well. So Iran has damaged about $58 billion worth of energy infrastructure that needs to be rebuilt. That will require these. Apart from this, there are nuclear plants that has been hit. There is aluminum plant. There are 3 of them. There are ports and other infrastructure. And apart from these, the entire giga projects that were going on, that will be coming upon, that entire thing was also going on. So this all required cranes, and Sanghvi Movers is the major company, I believe, to benefit from all of these. They have targeted around for going to 45 to 48% of EBITDA margin and 30% of growth, so that's very good. And KSA business will be going around 10 to 12% CAGR for now, but if the situation improves, that can go beyond that. The major risk for this is that the Middle East conflict that is going on. So that is the entire issue, because if the conflict goes on further, yes, the required infrastructure will increase, but from the current days, the orders pipeline will be blocked or maybe delayed further, and that could be an issue for the company. These are the snippets of what is happening. These are 1 hour, 3 hours ago. All kind of information that is going on. Last night it was information that no one is going to Switzerland, and some Swiss minister has confirmed that the deal signing will not be happening. But now it seems like the deal signing will be happening. Iranian have people have delegation has arrived to Switzerland, and so on and so forth. So what is happening is what need to be monitored, and that's all on my side. Major thing we need to follow is what is the Middle East business doing, how shareholder patterns, not anything to be followed upon, and how is the utilization going on. So the if the war concludes within the 1 to 2 months from now, by the next con call we will be having some clarity on this thing, and this could improve the company's prospects very well. So this was all I had on Sanghvi Movers. If you have any other company that you will like to follow, that you will like that I should make a video on, so drop that down in the comments. Apart from that, if you think that I have missed anything, or you have some other points that you will like me to cover, and you have some additional information, you can put that down as well. Thank you for watching. You can watch my other videos, maybe Sweet Pharma, maybe True Old Bio. They were very good companies as well, and have done very well after I have posted on them. A lot of companies are doing well, but they were the one I had covered. So thanks, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.